Greetings, greetings. What's going on, people? Been a while since I've jumped on this thing. As I said, I've been real busy lately. Mm, what's good? What's good? What's good? Um, just waiting to see if anybody will show up in the chat or anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it's been here holding off vibes. Just chilling out, meditating. You know, a lot been going on as well. Um, yeah. So just kicking it. Kicking it. I was gonna go just kick it right now, kick it like a ball, isn't me? But yeah, but shout out to the subscribers, you know the viewers. Big up to everyone. Whether you join, just big shout out to everyone who um in the comments. Big up yourself, big up the viewers. Thank you for viewing. You know, yeah, big up yourself. What up, Liz Robinson? Big up yourself, big up yourself, big up yourself. Freeman, is that Freeman? Giving out, yeah, man. No doubt, no doubt. You have to, you know what I'm saying? Because we come a long way, you know what I'm saying? We come a long way. Um, a lot happening this year. Peace, big up to the Rich Soil brother. Big up yourself, big up yourself. Thanks for viewing. Yeah, man. Just wanna kick it a little bit with the subscribers and the viewers. Um, a lot of things been going on. Very interesting times indeed, huh? Um, it's funny everything that's turned out the exact same way. I've been saying it for the last 7 years. You know what I'm saying? And it's no surprise to me really. I don't know if it's a surprise to you guys, but it's no surprise to me. What's going on is really no surprise. You know? Yeah, it's no surprise. But yeah, um, for this evening, we could talk about a few things here and there. Um, given that I have a little bit of time on my hands right now to stream, um, I could have this notice and warning to utility companies. I could read it. I could read this one out. 3 pages. You know what I'm saying? Very interesting. Um, so for this one, it's like this is pretty much saying like utility companies should not be charging people because, as you know, because of the bankruptcy in 1933. Um, so I find a very interesting letter. The Ohio player, big up yourself, big up on yourself, man. Big up. Thank you for viewing. Yeah, as I was saying, I have a very interesting document. I was thinking of reading for you guys to listen what been going on, and that really and truly no government of this planet should be charging you guys any form of big up yourself, Lacona, big up yourself. Um, everybody in the chat, I want you to check out Lacona Journey with the Ancestors book, right? It's on Amazon. Journey with the Ancestors. The link is on my YouTube. Um, the video that I did to introduce the book. Just go ahead, get the book, cop the book, support the brother. You know what I'm saying? He put in a lot of work. Um, for the past um 2 months prior, I've been pressuring him where the book, where's the book? Every day I ask him where's the book. I got my copy. You know what I'm saying? So I suggest you go and get your copy especially if you have children. That would be a good book to read. Bedtime story. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, get the OG Lacona Empire. Check out him book, man. big up yourself, Lacono, you know. You hard work now got notice, you see me, youth. Yeah, man, so big up yourself. Anyway, back to it. Um, so yeah, as I was saying, no government entity should be even charging you guys for any utilities, like, because the thing is, all these agents and agencies and corporations and um uh they all should be supplying the service for lights, water, internet, all these things for free, really, because they are really here for profit. You know what I'm saying? So when you have entities on the land for profit or anywhere on the planet, um, regardless of any where you're at, you as a customer, you as the man who will live it upon the land. You know what I'm saying? The man, 'cause that's the highest form of man is the highest status. You know what I'm saying? Man is the highest status in terms of when you're speaking about legalese and when it comes to law and all these things. So as a man, and man include woman as well and children. Okay. Um, I don't really want to say children, more like your offsprings. You know what I'm saying? Because the offsprings are your progeny. You know what I'm saying? You know. So because because the services they supply you with is merely from the land and the minerals of the land. Remember, the land or the Most High is not taxing them to use these things, right? So the very fact that they even charging you all these funds for a monthly bill is very it's unnatural and it's against the Most High laws. You know what I'm saying? So just bear in mind. So that I was wanting to get to understand what I'm getting to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's one of them things that we just want to know. I want you all to know what's going on. All right. So yes, I read this out. Very interesting. So this said notice and warning to utility companies, right? Um, since House Joint Resolution 192 HR 192 in parentheses Public Law 7310 in parentheses was passed in 1933, we have only had debt because all property and gold was seized by the government as collateral in the bankruptcy of the United States. And remember, I told you what the United States is. It's located in the District of Columbia. District of Columbia does not exceed 10 square miles, right? Um, and that's not even a state, okay? That's on the border thing between Virginia and Maryland, right? I forgot they have a name for it. I forgot what they call it, but they do have a name for it when it's like that. But anyways, in 1963, the first Bank Act was passed. The Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, or OCC, is a U.S. federal agency established by the National Currency Act of 1863 and serves to charter, regulate, and supervise all national banks and the federal branches and agencies of foreign banks in the United States. Okay? The OCC was created by Abraham Lincoln to fund the American Civil War, but was later transformed into a regulatory agency to instill confidence in the national banking system and protect consumers from misleading business practices. All right. The LIBOR Code, or General Order 100, was also created by Abraham Lincoln in 1963. So I want you to pay attention to what Abraham Lincoln did. All right. The National Bank Act, uh, Chapter 58, 12, Stat 665, February 25, 1863, was a United States federal law that established a system of national charters for banks. The United States national banks, national banks it encouraged development of a national currency based on bank holdings of the U.S. Treasury securities, the so-called national banknotes. It was also it also established the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency as part of the Department of the Treasury. This was to establish a national security holding body for the existence of the monetary policy of the state. The act, together with Abraham Lincoln's issuance of greenbacks, raised money for the federal government in the American Civil War by enticing banks to buy federal bonds and taxing state banks issued currency out of existence. The law proved defective and was replaced by the National Bank Act in 1964. The money was used to fund the Union Army in the fight against the Confederacy. This authorized the OCC to examine and regulate nationally chartered banks. All right, so what I want you, so you see, everything started from the banks. So all the corruptions, all the corruption that's going on currently, it have a lot to do with banking. All right, so you all need to turn your attention to what banking is. Learn the financial language, because a lot of times when you get yourself in jam ups, the system, it's because it's a tax. They're trying to tax your estate, right? You know, have to understand how to manage your own estate. You know what I'm saying? So you can discharge the obligation, right? So when they create whatever codes or statutes or ordinances, every one of them comes with a charge, right? And all of them is they convert those charges into like securities and bonds, okay? And they deposit that in the Federal Reserve banks as they pool them together and deposit them into the Federal Reserve, and they get 10 times the amount, the credit. Okay, so everything is times 10. So if the charge is 2,000, you times that by 10, right? 20,000, right? The bond is gonna be written for 20,000, all right? The bond is gonna worth 20,000. So it's always times 10. Okay. And bonds is what keep you in bondage, right? What keep you in bondage with these bonds is the numbers, the social security numbers, the EINs, all of those numbers entrap you, all right? And tie you to the charging or the ordinances or the codes, all right? So when you go into court now with say they're charging for driving without seatbelt, right? They already issued that citation, but that citation is now turned into a security instrument, all right? And with your autograph on that, that's tradable, right? That can be exchanged on the market, right? So you guys gotta understand that what really going on is mainly banking. Whether you whether you whether you are whether you identify as Indian, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what you identify as. Your main your main problem right now is these banks. These are the ones who are oppressing you, the banking cartels. Okay, so you gotta pay attention to all of that, right? Yes, your status have a lot to do with how you operate when you deal with commerce. You see what I mean? So your status, your state of mind. Are you are you um are you qualified? You know what I'm saying? It's all about if you're competent. Are you competent to deal with your handle affairs and dealing with this banking system? All right. And a lot of these resets and a lot of what them going on now with it, a lot of it have to do with banking, okay? And confiscation of lands and restructuring government, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I'm gonna get back to it. The above only partially begins to include the historical records and other acts of Congress that proves the US bankruptcy of 1933 and that there's no money, right? There's no money, right? I always remember that there's no money. Okay, what we perceive as money is just credits. Okay, credit. All right. only credit that the American people are the creditors, right? And I already broke down what is American, who is identified that really was originally identified as American, right? But now given to other people based upon migrations and all these things. But when you pledge your allegiance to a say entity, right, like the UDATS or any entity around the world, what you're really doing is you surrendering your state over to them. Okay, that what you're really saying. The other the other um the other corporation, you're cutting your ties with that corporation, and you're pledging your assets now over to this new corporation. That's what you're really doing. Okay, really and truly, that's all you're really doing. It seems as if on the surface it seems like you get citizenship and all these things, but in reality, the real skeleton of it all, right, is banking, right? It's all about your assets. Because remember, when each and everyone on this planet manifests, right, we have rights, right? Everybody have rights. What is rights? Rights is not just what you think rights is. Rights is actually tangible and intangible. You understand? So, like your right in a share, you know what I'm saying? You have rights. If you hold title to land, that's your right to the land. Okay? So the title is actually rights. Okay? So everybody have rights, meaning title to land. Because the, you come here, when you arrive here, the sole of your feet touch the earth, right? So your soul connect to the earth. Your soul and earth make one. But the thing is, the Vatican came in and do a thing called they take your footprints, right? So your soul of your footprints, and what they do with that, that pair, that footprint is they take it to the bank in the Vatican and securitize it, okay, and create bonds, and they write bonds against that footprint, okay, because that's chattel. Once you can convert assets and paper, you can use paper to convert assets into chattel, okay. So you gotta understand what is really going on out here, right, in real time, and how the powers in the higher places, right? Ephesians said about wickedness in higher places, right? That's a little breakdown of what wickedness in higher places is about, right? So follow me now. Um, so did I said where was I? Our utility companies knowingly have been sending their customer dividends, but in fact making each recipient believe that dividends was an invoice for services provided by the utilities companies. Okay? Big up yourself, Sophia Truth. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for stopping by. We're just building on notice and warning to utility companies, Um, the utility companies have mailed through the US mail an intentional misrepresentation of facts, unfair business practices, and each utility company and agents thereof have knowingly, with forethought and malice, created a fraudulent debt, defrauding the creditor, that is the recipient of the said dividends. So pretty much, big up yourself, Elijah. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Thank you for viewing. Um, so pretty much when we're saying right here dividends. So when they send you a bill each month, right? That's the amount of dividends that's owed to you actually from monetizing the application, because the application becomes the chattel paper, secured securitized instrument. All right. So they securitize the application that you filled out to get the service, right? Those are securitized. The ut- the So where was I? With forethought, a man has created a fraudulent debt defrauding the creditor, that is the recipient of said dividends, that the utilities company lead the recipient to believe through deception is an invoice. All right. So really and truly, the invoice is your dividends, right? Your monthly dividends. But what they do is they don't want to pay the capital gains tax, so they trick you into thinking you owe this amount monthly, right? But really and truly, all they're doing is paying their taxes back to the government, because they have to pay the taxes on the profit, the capital gains tax, right? So they have you paying the capital gains taxes, right? Okay. So remember, money is really the money determined by the people, right? And money have intrinsic value, right? So everybody out here is capable of creating money by the stroke of your pen. All right. You can't get into a loan or a deal with a so-called bank without signing off. All right. That signature is what opened the bank account. Um, get the keys to the treasury, right? So they could withdraw the funds. Okay. So they withdraw the funds against your autograph. That's your signature card, right? That's why in every bank in it, you have a signature card, right? Utility companies, right, in turn then extract through extortionate measures payment from customers, instead of the utilities company informing those same recipients that this dividend is in actuality payment to the recipient as a charge off debt, right? So what happened when they send you an invoice? Really, what happened? It zero the account, right? Why? Because it's a negative and a positive, right? It's a positive charge, and then the fact that you are the fact that you are the creditor, right? And you cannot owe these entities anything, because they themselves is non-existent, right? They don't create any value out here. They're just there to create contracts to get you sign up. That's all they are. They're just there to get your signature. Okay. So um the utility company in turn extract through extortionate measures payment from the customer, instead of the utility company informing those same recipient that this dividend is actually actually payment to the recipient as a charge off, right? Because what they're saying, they're paying you your dividends, but it cancel out the debt, really, because they owe you money. So when they send you an invoice and say you owe that, that's actually the amount that's charged off, that's discharged. Okay. Pursuant to the incorporated entirety documented evidence provided herein, all utility companies have thus created a convertible and fraudulent debt, right? All utility companies have failed to pay off any of the public debt, but rather unlawfully redirect ill-gotten gains into private corporate accounts through embezzlement, right? Those are the what you call the um secret charitable trust accounts. Okay. All right. um Theft by deception, fraudulent conversion, and in violation of to each are incorporated in entirety laws established through and as a result of the U.S. bankruptcy of 1933, wherein there is no money, only bank notes. Okay, only bank notes. There's no money. Right? Money has intrinsic value. A banknote doesn't. Okay, all the banknote could really say, I promise to pay you later. Okay, all right. Thus, all debts are to be discharged as agreed. But the utility companies and banks, through their greed, have not discharged any debt, fraudulently making the utility customer deeper in debt by utility companies' use of banknotes or promissory note that the utility companies add to the public debt side of the books, rather than discharging the debts as stipulated in public laws, House resolution, and House joint resolutions. All right, big up yourself, copper. Well, go on, brother. And that's um share with the subscribers, the viewers, all of the some jewels they can look into, and if they have the time, you know. Um, Additionally, the alleged and people, yeah, go ahead and subscribe to Copper Hot Step channel. All right, you got a lot of information over there about the culture and all of that. So yeah, man, check them out. ICCC, Lacona, big them up, man. Yeah, man. So anyway, back to it. Additionally, the alleged invoices sent to every recipient is a dividend and or a coupon to the recipient. The utility companies all know this to be a fact. All right, so they know, okay? They know what they're doing. They're completely aware of it. All right, trust me, they're aware. The comptroller of the currency also knows all the above to be irrefutable facts, but is acting as a money laundering agency by far through the privately owned Federal Reserve in Houston, Texas. All right. The comptroller of the currency at county, state, and federal level all know the incorporated documents and testimony to be true, but have yet to discharge any of the public debt. Therefore, have misappropriated funds through embezzlement, theft by deception, obtaining money through false pretenses, extortion, and other predicate acts since the date of the comptroller of the currency inception of 1863. All right. So, people, what you got to understand is that you got to apply this to almost everything, to traffic tickets. Because remember, I told you that traffic literally means like it's an unlawful, it's an illegal act. All right. That's what traffic means, an illegal act. All right. Let me see if I could pull it up. So, traffic literally mean, so don't let them trap you with these words, traffic and all these words, all right? Traffic literally mean trade and commerce also, all right? And you're not engaging in any trade and commerce if you're getting from point A to point B, right? So right here it's saying buying and selling, especially illicit trade, all right? That's a noun, right? Deal illegally, right? That's the verb. So they could play with this word all they want. It means the same thing. So when they say have a traffic stop, they're saying you're dealing illegally. Okay. You gotta rebut the presumption, right? What you do is make sure if you do get stopped or pulled over by any of these people, you be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Don't lose your cool. You don't lose your cool or anything. You relax. You all they do is simple. You hand them a public servant questionnaire. Okay, and until them answer the public service questionnaire, you remain silent. Okay, so make sure you print up a public servant questionnaire, because you have to address them as such, as a public servant, because they took an oath to the constitution of that state, which is also in harmony with the federal constitution, which is also in harmony with um the what's the other one? Because all of them in harmony, you know what I'm saying? From the Declaration of Independence come right up, from the Magna Carta come right up to the Declaration of Independence. You know what I'm saying? Go to the Confederate, what they call it? I forget what they call it. Somebody help me out in the chat. What they call the I can't remember everything sometimes, but hey, what I'm saying is that everything in harmony from the Declaration of Independence, and also not only the Declaration of Independence. Um, one moment. Somebody calling me. I gotta catch up back. All right, I'll be right back. Be right back.